Yankees. Barry Bremen had not been elected by the fans to play in the All-Star game, nor had he been chosen by the manager. Barry Bremen was an imposter, living a Walter Mitty fantasy. 5 months ago, Barry Bremen impersonated a Kansas City King, long enough to join the amused NBA All-Stars for their halftime shooting drills.
I think they laughed even harder when I missed my first 4 shots. I could barely breathe when I threw the ball up, and they realized, who was I?
To keep his identity secret at the baseball All-Star game, Bremen covered his Yankee pinstripes with street clothes. For Bremen, a 32-year-old insurance salesman from Detroit, the All-Star game would be his 3rd attempt to pass off a frustrated athlete as a big-time athlete. A month ago, Bremen played in the last practice round for the U.S. Open. He had slipped onto the 10th tee with 2 touring pros.
And I get up there and I really blasted the first drive, outdriving them. I think I hit a 270 right before the incline of the 10th hole, if you know where that is.
Bremen had escaped detection with the basketball pros and the golf pros. Now he was ready to mingle with his baseball heroes. Bremen had invented a fictitious news agency to get himself press credentials for the game. That got him into the Seattle Kingdome. Then he slipped into the American League locker room, stripped off his street clothes, and emerged, a ball player, sort of. In the outfield, he introduced himself to his temporary teammates.
I'm Barry Bremen.
Hi, Fred Lynn. Yeah.
I'm an imposter. Mr. Lemon, I'm going to tell you, my name's Barry Bremen. I'm an imposter.
Oh, is that?
My name's Barry Bremen. I'm an imposter. I played in the NBA All-Star game.
The news that Bremen was an imposter produced a range of reactions, the best from Cleveland pitcher Sid Monge.
I am too, man.
You're an imposter?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out who you were. Where did you get the yeti from, though?
I had someone made it for me. I got to catch one. Now, where is the ball? I got it. Tell me when the ball's coming. Where do I throw it?
Bremen missed a few fly balls and caught a few, too. When a batting practice home run bounced back onto the playing field, Bremen lived out one of his fantasies by tossing the ball to the fans. Some of those fans realized number 13 was not an authentic All-Star.
He's got a pot belly, his socks look funny. And I said, you know, that looks like the dude that crashed the NBA All-Star game.
Danny Kaye, the man who portrayed Walter Mitty, owns the Seattle Mariners. Kaye knows an imposter when he sees one.
Now, you think you're talking to Danny Kaye, right?
I think so.
My name is Harvey Ackerman, and I look like Danny Kaye, and I appear at all of these things. I am an imposter.
Suddenly, the real imposter faced an unexpected problem.
Uh-oh, here comes somebody, isn't it? What do you think?
These are guys that are taking our picture.
Oh, is that right?
League picture, yeah.
All the American League?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I didn't anticipate this one.
Bremen posed with the All-Stars, but not for long.
I'm batting coach. I was here. I did some batting coach practice. Okay.
Bremen was tossed out of the team picture by an American League executive, Bob Fischel, who knows almost every ball player by sight.
Well, you can fool all the people some of the time and some of the people all the time, but you can't fool Bob Fischel.
Bremen then retreated into the American League locker room, which, because of Gerald Ford's presence, was filled with security people. While the president visited the locker room, the other visitor from Michigan hid.
Barry right now is hiding in the sauna. There's been reports where he would try to get in a team picture, and Bob Fischel of the American League office looked up there as soon as he stood in the back row, and Bob was standing right in front of me, and Bob's eyes kind of went. And then he grabbed somebody and said, "Who is that guy?" And then I said, "Barry, they noticed you. Get down, you know." And they asked Barry what he was doing, and Barry kind of panicked and said, "Oh, I was out here for the batting practice teacher." You know, he got his words all messed up and everything, but he said, "You can't be in the picture," and he came in the locker room with me, and now we got him hiding right now in the sauna.
Is he fully dressed in the sauna?
Fully dressed, and I'll tell you, the one good thing about it is he's been in the sauna for about 35, 40 minutes. A good thing it's not on, or he'd be cooked.
Bremen's dream was to line up for the national anthem. But minutes before that, just as the 7th hitter in the American League lineup was being introduced, Seattle police whisked Bremen, whose shoulder is just visible, out of the dugout. The imposter had been found out. Bremen had betrayed himself. Reggie Jackson had lost his uniform. Bremen gave his to his hero. In return, Bremen got a Seattle uniform. Someone in the Seattle management didn't find the imposter funny and exposed him to the police. By the time the rest of the All-Star squad was introduced, Jackson had recovered his uniform, but Bremen missed the national anthem and the cheers. Bremen was let off in handcuffs. Later, he was given a citation for criminal trespassing and released. His dream had been frustrated, but his wife, Margot, who has put up with Bremen's fantasies nervously and uncomfortably, had seen her own dream fulfilled.
My dream came true. I thought, oh, maybe now he'll stop.
We don't know either whether Barry Bremen will turn imposter again. We do know he has fulfilled 3 fantasies already. Normally, we like to look at stories like Bremen's from a safe reportorial distance. But when Bremen called us, after we'd reported his successes at the NBA All-Star Game and the U.S. Open, to tell us he was going to try baseball next, we couldn't resist following his comic path with camera and microphone. There was one anxious moment when Bremen used us as a recommendation for his press credentials. We told Bremen we could not lie on his behalf. The public relations man for the Seattle Mariners called us and asked 3 questions. Did we know Bremen? Had we worked with him? Did he do both radio and television? The answer to all 3 questions was yes. Fortunately, we weren't asked if Bremen was an imposter. We would have had to say yes to that one, too.
Top dog.